Alright, guys. Alright, my beautiful Leos. Let's go ahead and get into this. Oh, actually, I just realized y'all can't even see the 7 of Wands. Let me move that up a little bit before we get started. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see that a little better. Alright, so your underlying energy is the 5 of Wands. Somebody's been getting combative, like I was just saying, but not necessarily in a bad way. I feel like there's a lot of change going on, super intense, and this is about the conflict that's going on in your love life. This could be inner turmoil, this could be conflict with other people. This could also be competition. So I don't know if people are fighting over you, Leo. They should be, and if they aren't, then I don't know what's going on with them, but this could be that you guys are fighting for someone else, or just a competition with you and some other person. The reason why the 5 of Wands is coming up is because of death. There's something to release here. There's something that's going on that's change-wise. There's some major changes going on. Now you have the 5 of Wands and death coming up together. That's a high vibe and change, by the way. So you guys got some serious, intense change. This could have a lot to do with inner turmoil, though. This could be personal with you guys, not necessarily in an actual relationship. This could be because of a relationship, but most importantly, this is in regards to changing what's inside of you already. Death is a purification, and I don't think this is talking about anything else other than yourself. When it comes to death, for me, I feel like it's a little bit more intimate, it's more personal. It doesn't necessarily affect the external. It does, but it's because it's changing the essence, your essence, right? It's a changing of your essence, in my opinion now, okay? Some readers don't read it like that. Now, for your current state of being, y'all have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, there's some fighting going on. Y'all sticking to your truths. Y'all making stuff clear. Y'all making it very clear where you guys stand. I really feel like the Knight of Swords could be an Aries, sorry, not Aries, excuse me, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for some of you guys. And if it's not, I really get this feeling that you guys are really going after what it is that you want and what it is that your truth is, okay? So you guys are stating your truth very doggone clear this time around. Now, for where you guys want to be, this is the start. I feel like you guys want to be able to get to where you guys want to, get to where you guys want to be, honestly. And wherever that is, right? This could be being in a relationship. This could be being single. This could be anything. You want to see that whatever your dreams are, they are actually not that far away. They're not like reaching for the stars, in the sense that it's not possible for you to touch them. I really feel like you guys want to regain hope in your love lives, really regain hope in your situation, to be able to manifest and to heal from certain situations that may not have played out very well. I feel like this is a really good energy because since you guys are in Gemini season, you're going to be able to get a lot of information, a lot of data, a lot of stuff to work with this season, to be able to help you figure out and determine where your hopes and fears are, right? To really believe in yourself. I feel like ultimately you want to be the star. You want to be noticed. You want to have that spotlight, but not in a bad way. I feel like you want to have the spotlight of the sun shining on you to be able to revitalize that Leo energy. Because I feel like you guys have been on a bumpy road for a little bit, finding yourselves, finding your courage, finding that fire that makes you even a Leo in the first place. And I feel like it's just because of this Leo North Node, right? It's a lot more pressure. It's a lot harder to see why you are you. But I feel like when it comes around to it, you guys will be able to get there. And I feel like I like this. And the reason why I like this energy is because that's where you guys want to be. You guys want to be the star again. You guys want to be the sun. You guys want to show where you are, who you are, and be able to know that anything that you guys ever want to get is within yourselves and within your grasp. It doesn't matter the distance. Now, the thing that's keeping you from the star here is the 6 of Pentacles. There's some give and take issues, right? Either you guys are not doing enough, or somebody else isn't doing enough. You guys are not receiving enough, or someone else is not receiving enough, right? There's just that big give and take situation that's not perfectly balanced. Now, I'm not going to say there's nobody's fault, right? Sometimes things are just not balanced, right? Especially when you're going into a new relationship, things are not going to be balanced immediately. So I feel like with 6 of Pentacles, there is this feeling of imbalance. There's just no balance going on at all right now. And not, like I said before, nobody's to blame for this. It's just I feel like right now there is this recognition, right, that there is no balance here. Hence why you have the 5 of Wands here in the first place. Change, right? Change to get to some place that's balanced, right? And the reason why you don't have balance here is because of the 7 of Cups. So I feel like the give and take situation has a lot to do with the options that are presented in front of you. I think it's hard to be able to balance things out when there is a lot of options ahead. Let me go ahead and quickly clarify. It could be that because The reason why there isn't any balance. Oh, the Queen of Wands is coming up. Okay, that's weird. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups indicates dreams, fantasy. Okay, and I feel like this is also it's almost the illusion, right? Seven of Cups is really nice and exciting, and it's got a lot of options, a lot of appealing things. But you don't ever know what these items really lead to. If they really lead to more luxury, more abundance, or they lead to something that you kind of wish you never picked in the first place, just because they look nice. I feel like it's a bit give and take. The balancing issue is messed up because this person's very appealing. For some of you guys are seeing another person. For some of you guys, this isn't. But there's some sort of illusion around this person being fantastic and perfect. And I feel like the facade is coming apart. The trueness and the realness of this person, the authenticity, no matter how grand they are, I feel like you're truly seeing who they truly are. And I feel like that's why the Seven of Cups is there. The reason why there's no balance is because you're realizing, you're really looking at the details. You should be looking at the details, right? And the reason why these things are unbalanced is probably because you don't realize that this person isn't. I'm not saying that you can teach school. I'm not saying this is wrong with them, but I feel like there's a lot of fantasy around them, and they're not really being seen for who they truly are. So it's something about looking at the details with them. Now, it's also about decision making and making a stance. So for a lot of you guys, this could be talking about making the decision about a Queen of Cups. Maybe feeling confident in your decision making, right? Maybe you guys feel like you have to pick something. Do you guys you have to pick some sort of avenue right now? And I don't think that's the case. We're going to come back to this, kind of touch up on it to see what else the reading has to say. But your advice about the situation with this non-balance here to kind of overcome this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about commitment. For a lot of you guys, this could be that this person is that you guys are dealing with is someone different from your usual type, that's different from your tradition, someone that probably is younger, older, different, race, whatever, right? They have some differences here. And I feel like with the Hierophant, this is also about tackling those differences, to be able to commit despite the differences that you guys are experiencing. So the Hierophant could be that of routine as well. Maybe you guys need to have some sort of routines, some sort of boundaries that need to be made, some sort of things, some exercises that keep you guys, not necessarily keep you guys in check, but make sure that keep you guys safe, in the sense that you guys have a routine or a pattern or a way of doing something in regards to dating people, so you know who you're dealing with, right? So it's probably something like that. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the Hierophant as well. Okay. The Fool. Golly, you guys getting a lot of major arcanas. But the Fool's coming up with the Hierophant. So yeah, this is starting something new. Doing something. It's embracing some differences here now with the Hierophant. That's what it's telling me. There's some differences here. And I feel like the way to embrace that is to recognize something new. Commit to something that may not be of your typical type. I feel like this person is very, very appealing, very attractive in their own right? They're very authentic to who they are, like I was saying, but it's not usually this particular options, and that's why things kind of get a little whacked out, because you're attracted to them, but they don't really, they come up as a lot of wonderful options, but at the same time, you don't know whether or not this personality, whoever this is really driving with you, right? If this could truly work between you and them, because this is not someone that you typically go for. That's a hard one, Leo. Okay. Now, for you guys' feelings, you guys have the Emperor, so y'all feeling very stubborn. One way or the highway for some of you guys out there. You're like, nah, I don't really want to do this. If it's not the way I know how to do it, then it's not going to work. Leos, I feel like sometimes with the Emperor, when the Emperor comes up for you guys, you already fixed signs, so it's already given that you guys can be very stubborn. But at this moment, at this time, right, we're in Gemini season, where it's changeable energy. The conflict within yourself is about, something that you need to release. It could be that there is some sort of stereotypes that you may need to let go of, some sort of thinking or being that keeps you from true love. Now, true love can come in different shapes and forms. They don't have to be in exactly the cookie cutter way that you want. And I know it's hard to, sometimes it's hard to deal with, but you're attracted to this person. The Queen of Wands is coming up. You typically would come up as the King of Wands, right? So this wouldn't even be about you. This is about someone else, right? Your other half. And I feel like they're coming up as something else, and you're not necessarily sure if you can really commit to it because it's not your typical type. As hard as it is, right? As hard as it is, you may want to give him a chance. You may want to hear him out. You may want to give this 2 cents, right? Just listen out for it, right? To kind of see what's going on, to give it an opportunity to really show itself. I feel like the facade may not be that something's fantastic or something's very awesome, but that if something is very off and different, right? If you have this energy of this vibe, I feel like give it some time, right? Figure out what's wrong with that person, and then you can discard. But till you know exactly what you're dealing with, you're working with a fantasy here. This person is individual and very unique on its own. You really might want to figure out who they are, right? Give them the time of day for just a couple seconds, okay? And I feel like with this, I feel like the conflict in itself would really pretty much dissipate, so that way you can be able to be balanced some more. Now, with your hopes and fears, you guys have the Magician. The Magician is talking about feeling confident in yourself, knowing exactly what you're doing, being able to communicate your truth, but also to be able to channel energy to be able to manifest what you want. So ultimately, you guys want confidence in yourselves and being able to know that you have everything that you need, everything is with you, and you are prepared to handle what comes your way. So I feel like the reason why you're stubborn is because you have already a preset of what you already need or what you feel like you need to be able to execute certain thing, and not necessarily the case, right? You have everything that you need to adapt. Okay, I feel like there's a need to adapt right now, and the adaptability is requiring you to be able to be moldable, so that way certain situations that come up, you can shift certain things so that way it best fits the situation. Because one way may not fit all, right? One size may not fit all, so you have to kind of adjust and reform, okay? Now, for you guys in your outcome, you guys have the 7 of Wands. You guys are feeling very defensive, but you also stand by something. So whatever you're standing by could possibly be this person, could possibly be your truth, right? Whatever you believe in, right? Whatever you guys are defensive about, it's you coming off as if you're standing your ground, right? You also have an advantage. It's a different type of confidence that comes up with the 7 of Wands too. That you know what you want, you know what you believe, rather, you know what you're standing for, you know what you're protecting, but at the same time, you believe in what you're protecting as well. It's a certain belief that you have that you for whatever you're defending here. Let me see why the 7 of Wands is coming up for you guys. The Ace of Wands, starting something new, starting something passionate. Maybe you end up starting something new or rekindling an old relationship with somebody you already know. This could be that this person, this Queen of Wands, is someone from the past, someone that you already know. An ex, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, possibly. Or if this is not an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they have the potential to be very hard-headed themselves, hot-headed, very, quick-tempered, but they're also very passionate. They're very active. They're very busy. They're very raw. They're very true to the essence of themselves. So that is like beautiful about them, right? The Queen of Wands, they don't take no crap, but they are very true to who they are, which can compliment you, Leo, okay? But the thing is here that the 7 of Wands was kind of like shocking me, is that there's some sort of illusion here. There's some sort of fantasy that's coming here because of this Queen of Wands. And I feel like eliminating that illusion will be able to help you gain the balance that you need. But until then, it's eliminating what's not real. Let me go ahead and pull your romance angels for the week and see what else we can get for you guys before wrapping up this reading. Okay, and you guys get for this week, attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the Hierophant, right? Committing to your circumstance, committing to your situation, and just allowing the situation to unfold, adapting to the circumstances around you. Okay. And I feel like with the Queen of Wands here, it could even be you, Leo, right? This could be about, maybe this illusion around yourself, right? Whatever fantasy that's going on, or whatever decision that you have to make, or options that's come up for you about you, it has to, kind of narrow down to one. Maybe figuring out what your heart's desire about. What is your heart desire regarding your partner? What is, or an ideal partner for you? Who is your other half? Who do you feel is your other half? And that's what's going to help you get balanced. But this is about what decisions, what options, what are your heart's desire for yourself in love? What do you want out of love for you? Message in a bottle. Okay. Message in a bottle. Look out for signs, man. So that's talking about, seeing triple digits, several digits, possibly listening to your favorite song on repeat, probably from other people, from other places, like going into a store and all of a sudden the music switches off and it's your favorite song. Different things, right? Different things confirm different things, different meanings for you, right? Whatever happens this week, there could be signs, there could be anything, anything that could literally pop out to you. It means that it's significant to you. It's a sign for something, some sort of confirmation for something. Okay? Confirmation of where you're going could be in the right direction. Whatever you're thinking, make sure you record that when you receive some sort of confirmation, something that's significant, that catch your attention, and it kind of makes you wonder why that even happened to you. Why you even catch the clock all the time at double digits, or you're catching, certain things, or seeing certain models that trigger something in the past for you. Something going on. But the universe is going to be trying to communicate with you this week, so be on the lookout.